You deserve such a high quality masculine man that being committed to you, being available for you, showing up for you is just the bare minimum. You deserve a man who is going to adore you, cherish you, support you, celebrate you, ravish you, lavish you, and shower you with all the love that you deserve on every level, and treat you like the goddess queen that you are. If you are ready to attract your dream masculine man, not just any man, but your dream, divine, beautiful, awakened, healthy, committed masculine man, and manifest soulmate love, so you attract this beautiful divine masculine who is ready to commit for the long term, to be in love, to be your lifelong beloved. I am sharing with you 4 beautiful steps to attract your dream man from your feminine energy. It's one of my favorite things to do. Welcome, my name is Saima Karal, and I am a divine feminine mentor, goddess coach, healer, and author of the books Goddess Reclaimed and Manifest Soulmate Love. And I have manifested my own soulmate. We're celebrating 16 years together in September, married for 13, and I have helped since 2012 as a love coach, as a women's coach. I've helped thousands of women manifest their beloveds, and my OG clients were now celebrating babies, right? Because there were marriages and dream homes and honeymoons and all this, and I continue to celebrate those of you who are manifesting your soulmates, but not just any kind of love, like a divine, beautiful, masculine man, right? And now we are in a state of being Empress Queens with our beloveds as families, and this is what I want for you, because right now you might be searching for your soulmate, but it is so important that when you are single, you create space for only the highest quality masculine man, because that is the foundation that you are creating, where when you come together, which he is ready for you, you're going to receive him with the things I'm going to teach you today. When you come together, it creates that sacred union where your future continues to evolve in love and in companionship and partnership, where this beautiful man and this partnership, this love that you manifest in your future is going to be more happiness, perhaps family, right? And you're going to navigate ups and downs of life together as each other's. I know it sounds cheesy, I am a romantic, but it really is like when you do the work right now when you're single to receive your true masculine beloved, it is a coming home. It's a coming home, and I am excited for you because right now you are in this very magical time, even though I know it can be challenging and you can experience frustrations and wonder when and if it's going to happen. Where is he? Or you're like, where is he, Saima? Where is he? He's coming. And we're going to get you ready for him today. All right. So what I'm going to do is first, let's clarify what your beautiful dream masculine man, who is he? What are his qualities, so you can start connecting with his energy. And then I'm going to share you, I have got you, I'm sharing with you this 4-step process to let him come to you and for you to be ready for him. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is define this high quality, these days there's a term like high value man, right? So this dream, high quality, committed, conscious, masculine man. I refer to it as the divine masculine man because he is like the most embodied in all that is most awakened and healthy and radiant and beautiful of the masculine. He is radiating that. Okay, so a high quality man, or what I say a divine masculine man, he is like the most sexy, solid pillar. Now I'm going to describe this man, and I want you to reflect on, as I'm describing him, what's coming up for you, right? Because a part of you might feel like he's too good to be true. And then I'm going to share with you why he's not, why he exists, why he's real. So your high quality, awakened, high value, divine masculine man, he is so centered in who he is. He is equally as connected to his heart and has mastered himself, has emotional maturity and high emotional intelligence, as much as he is also very strong and clear and confident and brave and courageous and focused. So that sexy masculine warrior and achiever, and like he gets shit done. He knows what he wants. He is whole. He is healed. He's self-aware. He's self-actualized. He's awakened to his true power. And it's such a healthy masculine power that there's no narcissism or toxic masculinity here. He is so healthy in himself. He's not needing to ever be disrespectful or emotionally unavailable or immature or play games in relationships or just in his life with other people. He is so... And by the way, he doesn't have to be spiritual, or like, you don't have to meet him at some temple. Right? It's not like a divine masculine man is like that. He's just so healthy and he's powerful, but his power comes from within him, right? So he's really awakened to his true masculine power to create anything that he wants, to achieve whatever he sets his mind to. And when he sets his mind to you, he is showing up for you. There's no issues here about where do I stand and, waiting for him, wondering how he feels. He is so freaking confident in who he is. There's no like immature ego around that of fear, rejection, and all that kind of stuff. He is fully like, you always know how he feels. He tells you, he shows you, right? He may have his specific love languages, but really this masculine man is so high quality that the love languages that are, in our awareness right now are like his bare minimum. And I'm going to get you as a woman to the place where they become your bare minimum, right? So this beautiful man is, because of who he is and how healthy he is in his masculinity and how centered he then also is in his heart, has become really whole, right? He's never afraid to be sensitive and compassionate and empathetic and caring and thoughtful and generous because he's so secure in his masculinity. Like, all that stuff seems silly to him. And he can be equally as protective and supportive of you as also romantic and caring and thoughtful and sensitive. This man is loyal, obviously truthful, has deep integrity, and as I'm an intuitive as well, and so when I work with my clients in manifesting their soulmates, I always also feel their soulmates. And what's so beautiful is this theme that when women come to me, by the time they are truly ready for the most healthy, evolved, awakened, high quality masculine man for marriage, right? For like that ultimate soulmate relationship, I feel in their energy, and I can feel for you, so good news, the readiness of this beautiful, healthy masculine man. And what his energy feels like is like this tall, sexy pillar. Like his spine is so erect, but it is the energy of how he holds himself with such dignity and strength, like that peaceful warrior king. So clear, such depth of integrity, nobility, courage, protection. And he is ready to be that beautiful pillar for you. What it can feel like, what it feels like how I experience it, and this is how I've described it recently in my work with my clients, is it feels like the holy divine masculine is the river banks and you in your feminine, because you feel so safe in his holding, that you are the river and you just get to flow in your full spectrum womanhood, in all of yourself. And this is not about perfection. He's not a perfect man. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Like, there's no perfection, right? Although I know this sounds idealistic and maybe even unrealistic and naive. And so I'm going to get to that in a moment, just tell you why it's not. But that's like the energy that it feels like. And perhaps you've had experiences so far, beloved, where you don't know if you can really trust the masculine to hold you, where you can just fully let go and let him be that beautiful, protective, loving support. But he is ready. He is here. We're going to get you ready for him. And this is my question for you. So I want you to share with me in the comments, as you're learning about this beautiful, self-mastered, awakened, high-quality, divine, masculine man. Do you feel that this is true? And do you feel like this could be true for you? So just take a moment, be very honest. And we're just going to keep that. This is I'm a goddess coach, so this is my coach mode coming in. Because your first comment, I want you to write it right now. If you can, just take a moment and say, okay, in the beginning of this video, I feel like either it's too good to be true, or yes, it feels so resonant. I know he exists and he exists for me. So just give me the honest answer of where you feel in your relationship to trusting in the existence, not just the possibility, but this kind of beautiful masculine man exists, is possible, is real, and more importantly, that he exists for you, that he's not just available to you, but he is ready for you, he is waiting for you. Okay, and I would love for you to share with me if this man, or your dream man, so I want you to take what I've shared with you about this beautiful masculine man, and then add to him everything that is your dream man. Okay, so of course I'm sure you have your own specific desires, your list of your preferences. Yeah, what's also coming through this man, because he's so powerful, he's very established and successful, and this is not in a materialistic way, it's just because he's so actualized in who he is, that he is stable. And in every level, mind, body, heart, soul, life, like he has his stuff together. This man has got his kingdom in order, all right? And he is ready for his beloved queen. So is that like, what? Where is this man, Saima? Well, just tell me in the comments, okay? Do you believe he's real? And do you believe he's ready for you? And are you ready for him? Like if he shows up, and he's ready to get down on one knee, and he's like, you're my woman, you're my queen, you're my goddess, I am ready, I am here, your wait is over. Are you ready? Okay, so now I want to share with you something. This man that I just described is my husband, and it's only a fraction of my husband, and it's only also a fraction of the kind of husbands I've helped my clients manifest since 2012. I've been doing this work, so many years now. And you know, we've been doing this through, sometimes it's my book, Manifest Soulmate Love, or my coaching program. It's accessible online now, called Manifest Soulmate Love. And it's not just about manifesting your love, but from your feminine as a goddess, and especially my program. And we've all manifested these beautiful masculine kings. All right, and my intention with this video is to prepare you and get you ready to receive yours. All right. Okay, so he exists, and like I said, what I just shared with you, if I started telling you all the beautiful things about my husband, like these roses are from him, and he ravished me before this video. He's with my son right now. Normally my mother-in-law might come when I'm working, just like a couple of afternoons a week, but right now my husband said I'm going to take care of him. Like, he's such a devoted father. Anyways, I could just basically spend days and days and days talking about how wonderful my beloved is, and my clients would say the same about their beloveds. And so, not only is this man that I described real and available and ready for you, but what I shared is just a glimpse of who he is. Okay, so the journey is trusting in the masculine and getting yourself ready in mind, body, heart, and soul to receive this level of a beautiful man. Step 1. Are you ready? Okay, step 1 to receive your dream man, your beautiful, high quality, masculine soulmate, is to actually heal and cleanse and clear the past. So this is where we are going to support you in clearing your past relationship patterns, and especially your relationship to the masculine. For us women, our relationship with the masculine obviously begins from the moment we're born, and even before that, with our father or father figure. And whether we knew our father, whether our father was present or absent, and whatever our father or father figure was like in their presence or absence, that sets the foundation for our relationship to the masculine. And of course, our relationship with our mother or mother figure, presence, absence, all of that impacts us in our feminine and how we relate to the masculine as well. Most of us, when we are women and we keep attracting a certain kind of relationship pattern or man, it roots back, right? If you're ever asking yourself, like, why does this keep happening to me? Why do I keep attracting the same guy no matter what I do? And you might be actually making changes, you might be doing some self-work, and you're just still finding, like, even though there might be progress and you think you're learning your lessons and you're growing, that you kind of still get stuck in an old pattern, or that there's improvements, but like, here we are, right? It hasn't happened yet for some reason. So the first thing we want to do is imagine like we're a garden. Okay, so we have a garden and we want to manifest a beautiful rose of love. But your garden is full of weeds, girl. So you can plant the most beautiful seeds for your rose of love. And the rose is the goddess Magdalene. It's the holy symbol of divine love and sacred union. So I like using this symbolism. But if the garden is full of weeds, that is going to sabotage it. And if we think we're just clipping the weeds from the surface, from the ground, we haven't uprooted them, then they will keep showing up. That's like just one way to try to understand why it's so essential to cleanse our past. Now, I work with goddess energy, feminine energy, right? And I love working with goddesses. You're welcome to connect with them however you wish, whether as energies, as archetypes, like psychologically, emotionally, as deities. I connect with them on every level. And in my book, Manifest Soulmate Love, I don't, at that point, this was in 2015 I wrote, you can have that, and there isn't like the goddess specific work, but in my program, Manifest Soulmate Love, you are going deep with specific love goddesses. So I just want to give you a heads up on my approach. This energy of cleansing and clearing your past, your relationship patterns, a beautiful goddess energy that comes through to support you with this is Aphrodite. Here she is, Venus, all right? Venus is such a multi-dimensional goddess, Venus, Aphrodite. But one lesson she teaches us in preparation for your lover, specifically, is every spring she would bathe in her birth waters in the Aegean Sea, and she would be cleansed and purified and be rebirthed as a virgin. Now, this isn't as much about her sexuality, right, and her physical virginity, as it is that it was this ritual, this symbolism of cleansing yourself as a woman of the old lovers, the old energy, everything that happened with the masculine past. Because she took a lot of lovers, right? She had lovers and gods and whoever she pleased. But it was essential as goddess for her to purify herself. And then the second part of the virginity is wholeness, right? Because Aphrodite, like your feminine energy, the energy that we often think attracts the masculine, is your confidence, your sensuality, your beautiful sexuality, all this gorgeous, luscious feminine energy. It does, but there is such power, especially if you've come through a breakup or you're in this place where you really want to be prepared and create this foundation energetically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally for new love. The virginity is like coming back to your wholeness. Because when we have these past relationships, sometimes if we don't fully heal and clear and cleanse ourselves, each relationship kind of takes a part of us, right? Because we've given so much, we've received things too, and sometimes, for better or for worse, maybe we received things that we rather would not have. I've been there. But this was so essential for me, like in my healing and manifesting Eric, is I specifically gave myself 90 days because I was stuck in this on-off pattern, very toxic pattern with a friend, who initiated a relationship where neither of us was in a good place. He was dealing with mental illness and addiction, and I was also dealing with depression, and childhood trauma had come up, like for me. So neither of us was in a good place, but lo and behold, in that place we were a perfect match for each other, right? To learn and to heal and to grow. And it didn't happen in that relationship, and that's okay, right? I thankfully, first I had to kind of hit rock bottom, where I realized I felt shittier in that relationship, more lonely, more depressed than I actually did on my own, even though I was already depressed. So I was like, okay, if being with this person is making me feel worse than when I'm on my own in that phase of my life, I was like, it can't be, it's not supposed to be this bad. So thankfully, eventually, this was like on and off for, let's say, a few months, maybe like week stints, and I got myself out, and I then gave myself 90 days. 90 days is actually a very sacred number. So like it can take 21 days for us to physically withdraw. And trust me, when you are out of a relationship and newly single, it is essential to give yourself that space. If you want, by the way, I can make a separate video on how to fully heal and recover from a breakup. So we'll park that for now. Let me know in the comments if that's something that will support you, because that's like a different process. But this cleansing, this healing, this renewal is so helpful. That time for me was not just cleansing of him, but as I started doing the work, I realized, like I was saying earlier, that these patterns stemmed back to my childhood, really connected to needing to work on my self-love and self-worth, and self-value, self-respect, right? Like there was just so much work that I needed to do around that and come back to my power and my own happiness and eventually my own radiance. And this is something my clients, we work with as well. So it usually does go back to childhood. In my work, we actually get really woo-woo and we do past life, karmic healing. I had a client where she had a pattern of always being unseen and rejected. And then when we did this work and rooted all the way back to past life stuff, she saw herself in a situation where it clarified for her why she always felt so invisible to men and rejected and overlooked, and her friends or cousins would be the ones that got attention and got chosen and picked and pursued, and never her. And then we changed that and she manifested her king, and we're actually recently working together in supporting her with her second baby. So like, me and my clients, we've evolved so much, and now they have these beautiful, happy marriages. And so do not bypass this step of the cleansing and the renewal. And if you want to give yourself, like this is a practical coaching trip, to give yourself a certain period that feels really supportive and nourishing and transformational to you. My programs like Manifest Soulmate Love, even though it's 8 sessions and it's self-paced, I recommend either 1 session per week or 90 days, because 90 days actually supports us in creating a full transformation in mind, body, heart, soul, energy, everything. So give yourself some time and space to begin your healing process of cleansing yourself of your past, and focus please on these different layers of it supports you, right? So I'm just sharing this based on my experience and what's really supported my clients, because if we don't go deep, like I said, with those roots, if we don't uproot the weeds and clear them, then you might find, okay, I did some self-love work and I'm ready for my next love work. Oh shit, the same pattern showed up again, right? So I'm inviting you to consider going much deeper. You can start with some free things if you want. On my channel, I have a self-love and manifest soulmate love video. I have inner child. I have all kinds of healing videos and self-love meditations for you. And I will leave their I'll leave their links in the description just to further support you. So just begin like nourishing yourself with all this healing work, especially for your cleansing and healing with the masculine is so essential as well. If this goes back all the way to childhood, to your father, I had a lot of healing to do with the masculine, because unfortunately I experienced the worst of the masculine on every level. So just complete abuse in every way. And just even religious trauma. So my relationship to like the masculine as God, my father was physically, emotionally abusive, and then with other men, I had sexual abuse, unfortunately, as a child. So I unfortunately experienced the worst, the most wounded, toxic, horrible expression of the masculine. And it took time, right? It took time for me to heal this, and I had several dark nights of the soul, like in my teens and adolescence. And then I manifested my beloved in my mid-20s. We met, and that was like a really pivotal rebirth. Like, I don't even see it as a dark night of the soul anymore. I see it as a catalyst for my transformation and my rebirth into goddess. And so bringing it back to this goddess Aphrodite, for me, it was this spiritual, emotional, mental, energetic cleansing and birthing of myself renewed as a whole woman and a healed woman and a whole awakened goddess. And so this is my wish for you as well. I will share in full transparency when I've helped all my clients and continue to. A lot of my clients will also manifest their soulmates in my Awakened Goddess training, 6-month signature program. And, you know, they come in saying, I'm ready to manifest my love. But what ends up happening, and this is my secret intention, which I'm just telling you now, is that fine, come with your intention to manifest your dream man, but I'm going to transform you into the goddess that you've always deserved to be, that's always been inside of you. So my true intent is that we support you in healing and coming into your wholeness and awakening into your beautiful, full spectrum, divine feminine goddess self. All right, my beautiful queen. So we're going to really honor the healing and clearing process. Even if you've done work, reflect on where else could you have some resistance. So go back to when we started and I described this beautiful masculine man to you and this love. If you truly felt like I am really ready, then we're good. But if there's anything here that can support you in doing some more cleansing and purification and healing the inner girl, past patterns, and experiences with the masculine, this is your time to treat this as a gift that you're giving yourself and become a cleansed and renewed and purified goddess. Okay, I hope you're loving all this. Now, Love Goddess is the embodiment of so many beautiful goddesses, and I have a gift for you. I'm going to leave a link for you of my Love Goddess Masterclass. It's completely free, but I get to go much deeper, and I take you through a beautiful meditation for you to really embody yourself as a love goddess and become the woman who receives your masculine king. So be sure to sign up for that. The link will be in the description for you, and it's completely free. Okay, so the next step to attract your dream masculine man is to open your heart to new love. Now you are cleansed and purified of the old patterns, and your heart is ready, and it is so essential in this step to fully own your desire for love, but not just love, your true soulmate love. Not just any man. This video is not titled How to Attract Any Man, How to Be Irresistible to All Men. We don't want all men. You don't want all men, right? You want, of all the men that there are, your truest soulmate, your highest awakened divine partner and beloved. And in this step, what we're doing is the goddess Parvati comes through. So she is a goddess, again, of so many things. And one of them is just that she was so clear. She was ready for her Shiva, her beloved. She knew, like, it is only Shiva, her god, her divine masculine. She was not, nothing else was an option. She was not available for anything else. And her desire for her true soulmate was so pure and clear that that is what awakened her to her full goddess power. There's a whole beautiful mythology and story that I go really deep into in the Manifest Soulmate Love training program. But this is like you owning your desire for love and being so single-pointedly clear that I am only available for my divine masculine awakened soulmate, for a love that is not just for the rest of this life, but that is a lifetime's love, an eternal love. One thing that I got really clear on after that last relationship, because one of the toxic patterns there was I was always walking in eggshells, right? It was like he was very hot and cold, uncommitted, unavailable. When I would pull back, he would pursue me, and then when I was in, he would run away, right? It was just really a confusing pattern. And now I learned, like, when people show you who they are, believe them, right? But I just never knew where I stood, and I was always, there was a lot of gaslighting that happened as well. So I was always in my head so messed up, thinking, okay, it's my fault, or not, like, it wasn't that clear, and that's why it was tricky, because, you know, I did have confidence, but the voice in the head and the way I was stuck in this pattern was that I didn't even realize how much I was giving my power away, and thinking always of where they were and then how I can accommodate that. And so one of the decisions that I got so clear on was, I'm going to be with a man. Like, my man, I'm only available for a man who knows who he is and what he wants. And it's me, and he's all in. Like, there's just no room for questioning, doubt. Like, he's just solid, masculine, sexy pillar, the man that I described. And that is what I got. I actually joke with Eric. I tell him sometimes that, like, my thing used to be I would friend zone guys, and I'm like, I couldn't friend zone you. I tried. And he's like, I didn't want to be your friend. Like, so hot. Like, his confidence in pursuing me was so sexy. It was such a vibe, and he was so, like, respectful, but, like, clear. Like, he was pursuing, hunting, and woof, it was very sexy. So I got really clear on that, and this is an invitation for my clients too. It's like, I help them get prepared to be only available for your true masculine, high quality king soulmate. energetically, mentally, emotionally, physically, time not available. Forget like giving someone chance even after a few red flags. Hell no. You do not have the time. You are not available for anything that is less than, like, you're not making excuses and wondering and accommodating. There's no. So it's not just opening your heart to your, your new love and owning your desire, but it's being really clear on your desire is only for that love and that man that is most healthy, that is that beautiful dream, soulmate, true love and beloved. So in this step, you are going to love your desire for love, and you're going to love your desire and your clarity for your man, and only your man, and only he will do. I hope that's helpful. I have another video on my channel on how to manifest your divine man as king, so I'll leave that link for you as well, because that could be a beautiful complement to go deeper with receiving your beautiful divine masculine king. Okay, this next tip is so fun. And this is you letting your divine masculine man come to you, right? He is going to rush to you, to run to you. And this is you being in your beautiful feminine energy. So now we're ready, right? We talked about your feminine energy in this aspect before, and now at this part of the process, you are ready to receive your beautiful masculine. The goddess energy that comes through here is the goddess Hathor. Her Kemetic ancient Egyptian name is Het-Heru, and what her name translates at is so beautiful. It's that her womb, her heart, her body, her soul is the temple of Horus, which is the divine masculine sun god. And so it's really that, as this beautiful, again, multi-dimensional goddess of love and so many other things that I'll talk about in a moment, when you activate your love goddess energy, you become this radiant, inviting temple to receive the masculine. Now, of course, you are a whole woman and king, so as much as I love love and my beloved and my marriage and helping my beautiful clients and women like yourself manifest your loves, I'm also all for the fact that we are whole queens and empresses and we have full, rich lives and all of that, right? So that's there. I just want to be clear. And we are in our love life, ready for our beloved to come in. And so this is, I mean, pun intended, ladies. At this step, you are awakening and activating your divine feminine energy. Hathor awakens within you, this goddess, because she is also the goddess of self-love, pleasure, radiance. And how she activates this is laughter, joy, celebration, dance, music, revelry. Like, she is such a fun goddess. She is in love with herself, with life, with everyone. She radiates, embodies, channels, like all of our beautiful love goddesses. Love, but not just love, to be in love with life. And she's radiating like as temple to receive the divine, holy, radiant sun, masculine. How does she receive him? So I've done retreats to Egypt where we visit these temples of these gods and goddesses, and in Hathor's beautiful temple, Horus, her beloved, would come with a procession to her to lavish her and shower her and honor her and worship her, and she would receive him, and their union was the culmination of the celebrations and the festivities. And this is you being so centered at this phase in your own self-love, your own confidence, your own beauty and radiance and fun and joy, that it's not for the man, it's not for anyone, it's not even to attract a man, it's just because you are now in a place of such joy. And this is the place that I got to where I didn't feel any kind of need And my desire was there, like I was ready to receive my beloved, but it was not my central focus by any means. It was this really incredible thing that happens, and in manifestation, we call this detaching from your desire, but I actually decentered any focus around men, attracting men, like all that, dating. It was just me living my best life, living my goddess life, being so happy and enjoying my life, myself, being finally healed and whole, like I talked about from the earlier steps. And now just that radiance and happiness and feeling beautiful, feeling confident, feeling sexy. Oh my gosh, it is so irresistible. And the really cool thing is that level of self-love and confidence is actually not attractive to the wrong partner. So energetically, it's kind of like this, like now you have come up here, risen, right? And you are radiating as goddess. And so like the low value, low quality, uncommitted, unavailable, narcissistic, toxic, masculine patterns, first of all, you are no longer attracted to them. I remember when, of course, when with my beloved, the ex came back and now he was ready. He was literally proposing marriage. And the version of me that was with him, like that's all I would have wanted, was that level of commitment, right? But then the version of me that I became when I was with Eric, my beloved, was when I saw that, I just felt it was sad, and I was like I couldn't believe like the person that I was, how, in those movies when there's that moment where a woman is just being so kind of pathetic when she's talking about a man, and then her best friend like kind of snaps her out of it or lovingly kind of smacks her, not endorsing violence by any means, but it's more like that wake-up call that we need, right? And sometimes I'm just like, man, this version of me would go back and be like, wake up. And I think I did. I think I had that moment, my past self, and I love my past self, and I did have to do some forgiveness work with her. And by the way, this is coming up right now, so I think someone needs to hear it. In your healing part in step 1, also do self-forgiveness, because I actually did need to forgive myself for lowering my standards so much, for giving away my power so much, for really compromising on my values to the extent that I did in that past relationship. So I have clients sometimes who, when they finally get unhooked and out of an enmeshed and karmic and toxic pattern, are like, what the hell was wrong with me? What was I thinking? I can't believe I let myself do that or accept that. And so we have to give ourselves grace and forgive ourselves and let that be part of the healing and purification process and coming to our wholeness. And so celebrate ourselves. Now we're at step 3 as awakened, confident goddesses. And when that low vibe, low energy, like unhealthy masculine is around, you recognize it. You would not touch it with a 10-foot pole. Like you were like, nope, you're just not even available in any capacity for it. And yeah, you're just in love with you, radiating this beautiful self-value, right? Or the term these days I see a lot is like the high value woman. You are embodied. For me, like, I just want to be clear, sometimes I see the high value woman focus solely on adding value to a man and being of service to others. Ugh, no, it's how I would interpret it in a healthy way is that you have come to value yourself. You have returned and activated and embodied the most healthy sense of self-value and self-worth and self-confidence and self-love. And so from this state, you are gorgeous, goddess, awakened, and your beloved is coming as this radiant, healthy, masculine, sunshine, light, to fill your temple, to love you, to worship you, to honor you, to adore you, to ravish you, to lavish you, and to be your man, your king, and you, his queen goddess. So I'd love to actually share with you a couple of fun tips that my clients have loved. I started doing this, and is it was part of my self-love, love goddess mode, right, of my healing journey. And this is, I started buying myself flowers. I just started buying myself flowers, and my clients have loved this step. And what's so beautiful is that your man will see how you treat yourself and buy flowers for you. Those are from my beloved. And he's so amazing. He got me red roses to celebrate a miracle, an up-level, beautiful opportunity in my work that I'm not going to share it right now, but something magical. I received something magical, beautiful, magical, next level miracle manifestation. I'm not surprised because in my Awakened Goddess training, we just entered our miracle initiation after like the healing and cleansing part. So very receptive to miracles. I always receive a miracle when I'm leading this part of the journey. And then he got me the pink roses from him. So there's 24 roses and champagne to celebrate, like just the level of support and celebration. But I started buying myself flowers, and my clients have said that this is also something that their beloved loves to do for them, because a woman who buys herself flowers is like, that is such an act of self-love. And why not you? You deserve to have beauty in your life, right? And it's just a beautiful tip that I've always loved and my clients love. And then the other thing, oh, by the way, I want to share one little quick background thing. I was the first woman that Eric bought flowers for, period. And he was such a great guy. And I asked him, I'm like, love, we were in our 20s when he met, mid-20s, and why was I the first girl that you bought flowers for? And he said, you know, I just didn't think of it. Like, he was a really good guy and good boyfriend, but not that level of romantic king. And he said to me, when I beheld you, it was like Aphrodite rising from the sea, like Ishtar emerging from her temple. First of all, it's so hot that he knows this. One of our soulmate signs is that both of us are really into mythology and spirituality and things like that. But what was he doing? He showed up on our first date with the most beautiful rose, like wrapped up. And I still have the wrapping that it came in after all these years. But he didn't know that I was buying myself flowers. And here's a secret. When you buy yourself flowers, you become the kind of woman who buys herself flowers and radiates that standard. That men, your divine masculine man, it calls him to rise. So my beloved, amazing guy, but then when he met me, it's like, I didn't do anything. I never asked him to buy me flowers, right? So this is why we don't do the whole thing where you're nagging, you know, trying to like mother a man to be a man. No, we're not in that vibe here. I'm the woman who is in my goddessness, and the beautiful masculine man feels it, and he's ready, so he rises without your asking, without even your knowing, to meet you at your level of goddess queen. Okay, that's a beautiful tip that I hope supports you. And then one other practical tip that I just think is so fun is also in celebration of Hathor and that goddess energy, is in my like transformational self-healing, self-love phase, I started taking belly dancing classes and other classes as well. But belly dancing, I feel, really helped me to just awaken that goddess energy. So I'm not saying you have to take belly dancing classes, but maybe if you want to connect with this kind of Hathor goddess energy, consider a way of connecting with your body that feels really feminine and joyful and beautiful and sensual to you, just for you. Okay, step 4 is to hold your standards for your king as queen. This is going to be the most, in a way, not challenging part, right? So we just had such a fun phase, but now, let's say you're out in the dating world or you're open and you're going on dates. This is why I wanted you to get really clear before, right? Like I said, I got so clear, like, I'm gonna be with a man who knows, I'm only available for a man who knows who he is, What do you want? Be solid, be secure. I got that. My clients have, it's almost like having that F this shit moment that you need, right? And taking your righteous rage about your past patterns and being like, enough! And so now, the queen energy, I have another video on entering your queen era and being in your queen energy, so I'll leave that for you to watch as well. It'll be really important for you to come into your sovereignty. So as much as you are in this last step, you're beautiful, receptive, luscious, sensual, softer feminine energy, this final step is actually to hold your feminine power, your feminine sovereignty. The other side of Goddess Hathor is Sekhmet, who is the lioness warrior goddess, and she too has her beloved, right? So I'm calling you here to hold your standards and how you hold your standard when you get really clear. So this is also going to be your homework. I'm just going to give you right now, write this down please. You're going to journal on what are my standards for my high quality divine masculine king. And if you've never thought of the term divine masculine king, I'm inviting you to let them get activated, see if they feel true for you, and if you can open to this level of a healthy, awakened man who's risen into his power and is ready to honor and love you as his beautiful beloved queen goddess. And I would love for you, okay, what's coming through, this is what I'm feeling energetically, I'm hearing some is like the goddesses, I work with goddesses and I feel them, I hear them, I channel them, okay? They're saying we need to raise your standards. Thank you, goddesses. So that's actually step one. Whatever your standards were, go next level. The standard that I ended up having for my beloved, everyone made fun of me. Everyone said it's impossible. That kind of man doesn't exist. That kind of love is not even fairy tale fantasy level love. Literally, I was told to get my head out of the clouds by my then best friend. And then on my wedding day, everyone was just like, damn, Saima, you were right. You got it. We're 16 years in, more in love now than ever. Like, this beautiful love, this man is above and beyond anything that I actually had the standard for, and I was already told that my standards were unrealistic. So the goddesses, me and the goddesses are inviting you to be unrealistic and to expect beyond the best for yourself, for your love, to elevate your standards. If there's work that you need to do around this, that's the thing, right? So this is what my program helps with, my Manifest Soulmate Love, my Awakened Goddess training. This is my work. I will help you close that gap between where you are and really doing the things, the energetic, the goddess work, beautiful divine feminine journey. Even Goddess Reclaimed, my book, is a 13 initiatory journey for you to awaken your full goddess self, and at the end you become the queen. So that's the journey. Like, ultimately my work right now with women is no matter what you want to manifest, when I'm done with you, you're going to be a queen sitting on your throne with your queendom, with your beloved king if you desire, or your beloved queen if you desire. We've had queen unions in my Awakened Goddess training program as well. MSL, Manifest Soulmate Love, the program specifically is for your divine masculine, because I'm teaching that from my embodiment, and it's like mostly what my clients want my help with when they're looking for love. However, we love all kinds of love, and my point is, like, when you become the queen, which is my ultimate goal, right, in all of my work, is for you to awaken and embody your full goddess self. Everything elevates in every part of your life, and you have your queendom that's flourishing in every way. That's my work. My business is called Flourishing Goddess, and you become a flourishing goddess. So for this last step, specifically around your love life and your beloved, what we're going to do is you're going to write the highest, most beautiful, unrealistic standards for your man and your love and your life together. And if you then are like, holy shit, these are some crazy standards, how do I trust them? Well, then that's a work, my love. All right, that's when you watch more of my videos, you get books, you get in touch, you join my email list, and you level up. You level up and you take the steps to become the queen goddess. At the end of Manifest Soulmate Love, the 8th session is you being the queen who receives her king. So as queen now, your work is you're clear on your standards, right? So we've elevated the standards. Now you're going to stay seated on your throne and hold your standards, and how you hold them is from your power and embodied sovereignty. And I want to share a beautiful example. I mentioned beautiful goddess Sekhmet, so as being like the other aspect of Hathor. She is this warrior goddess, and when I've taken women to Egypt, when I've gone there myself, you can visit goddess Sekhmet, this lioness, powerful, regal, ferocious, loving goddess in her secret temple. When you enter her temple chamber, you can't just access her. It's a secret outside of the main temple complex chamber, that there are guards guarding it. So there's always these beautiful masculine guards that you have to get your guide or like insider things to connect with, to get permission. And then when you enter the temple, first is Ptah. That is her beloved. Now Ptah is this creator god, benevolent, creative god. And his wife, his beloved goddess, is the warrior queen, the warrior goddess. She's also a healer and a mother. And he scans you. And he scans you, and how I feel when I enter that temple always is like he's ensuring that you are worthy of beholding his beloved goddess. He's like scanning your energy. And so it's just so beautiful that when you attract your healthy divine masculine, you are a powerful woman, right? And we are powerful. I work with women who are powerful, successful, magical, loving, heart-centered, full, rich, whole, beautiful women, goddesses. And so we don't like need a man to protect us or provide for us, but he wants to. Right? I'm thriving, I'm financially flourishing, but me and my beloved, like I said, he bought champagne for me because of something that got manifested that I received in my work. And like, you know, there's women who feel, especially successful women, that if men are intimidated by my power or my success or by my energy or by my masculine energy. It's like, no, I will never tell you to like downplay what you might consider your masculine energy. No. Sekhmet, this freaking warrior goddess. She is a goddess who protects Ra, her sun god, like creator of all things. This is how powerful she is in her feminine. All the deities they fear her, her wrath. She's a holy protectress. She does not need any protection. She is a protector. And yet her beloved creative god Ptah protects her. He protects she who needs no protecting. And so this is something I hope lands for you in your heart and in your yoni, in your journey of healing with the masculine and trusting the masculine and receiving your beautiful dream man, your awakened divine masculine man who knows that even though you don't need his strength, his protection, it's there. He's got you. And that you, in your beautiful feminine, your heart, your mind, your yoni, your womb, your body, your life, Your soul is open to receive him, his love, his honoring, his support, his celebration, his adoration. I trust that I know that when you come to this place of your embodied power and sovereignty, that you can only be a match for your beautiful divine masculine king. And if you need further support with that, again, watch my Queen Goddess videos, my other videos on manifesting your divine masculine king. And options to go deeper will be my free Love Goddess Masterclass. A lovely self-help guide will be my Manifest Soulmate Love book. It's not goddessy yet because I wasn't fully in my goddess dharma at that point, and I wanted that to be like more accessible, as a self-help guide. But if you really connect with feminine energy and you want to go deeper with goddesses in the Manifest Soulmate Love program, that would be the most beautiful gift that you give to yourself. It's a gift of transforming into a queen goddess to let your divine masculine king come to you, and that you are both united in the most beautiful, holy love as your foundation for a lifetime of bliss and evolution together, and all that you're going to create and celebrate in your lives. So I hope this really supported you. Let me know in the comments which of these practices, which of these tips really resonated with you, and keep us updated in the comments on where you're at on this 4-step journey. This is just like a little glimpse that I could give you. There's so much more, so that's why I shared some other options for you to deepen in with me. The deepest is Awakened Goddess training, but that is for the woman who wants everything to be flourishing, not just love. So all these links will be down below. And then otherwise, just join my email list. Come to me at flourishinggoddess.com, and there are other goddess gifts for you there. An Awakening Your Inner Goddesses meditation and training, all free, so you can just deepen in with the goddesses. And of course, subscribe to this YouTube channel to continue to just soak up all of this goddess goodness. Like the video if it served you. That helps me to know that this kind of content really inspires you and supports you. So I love to know that. It's great feedback for me. YouTube loves it. So thank you so much for supporting the channel, for being here, for receiving. And I am so excited to celebrate your beautiful union with your dream man. Let's get you ready. Namaste, Goddess.